Check it out. Tom Withers, Cold Start. It's a book with my name on it. Hope you like the video. How goes it there, YouTube? Check that out. Tom Withers, Cold Start, the step-by-step guide to starting your business. See that there? That's my name. Did I write it? No. Anybody that knows me knows that that's not the case. And if it was a TV show, I'd maybe write a TV show because I like the TV. Reading books. Right, so I like to read some now and again, but I certainly couldn't write a book. My son wrote this book. Proud of him, the oldest one. Proud of all the kids, but this is about this book. So I'm going to tell you what was written in the front of this book when it was handed to me. My wife was with me at the time, and I was a bit choked up. So let me read what my boy wrote on this. Just graduated from business school and law school. Says, Dad, right, that's me. Dad, thank you for everything you have done throughout the years to encourage, support and inspire me. I have learned so much from you and look forward to many more years of great lessons in both business and life. I am proud to be your son and honoured to share your name. Here's to the next chapter. Doesn't get much better than that when I think of that snot-nosed kid when he was a youngster, you know. But your kids, you know, I like having family. I like the sweat that you get when they're having a rough time, when they're struggling. I like feeling that yoked with them when they go through life and they hit their tasks, and you feel it with them, you bleed with them, and you suffer with them. And to get that little bit written in a book, the front of a book, and handed to me is, it's a chuffed bit for me, to be honest with you. My business education, if you don't know me, I'm from Scotland. Some of my subscribers on the channel know me, but this video is going to go viral and everybody in the world is going to see it. But those that don't know me, my business education was the 1970s and 80s. I used to watch Dallas on TV when I was 10, 11, 12 maybe, and then Only Fools and Horses as a teenager. It's a TV show in the UK about some dodgy business guys, young, always flat broke, always trying to go for the next thing to make themselves millionaires. And then I had a TV show called Minder, which was a similar thing. But I never went to business school. I never had a law degree or business degrees, and so my world clashes with his in a different way, and we kind of complement each other in some things, and I probably embarrass him in some business meetings, and I'm astonished by how protected I've felt when he's been part of our trucking company and ventures that we've done lately. To not be the guy who's standing at the front taking it in the chin, and to have somebody standing there that's a bit bigger than you, that you helped, you know, bring into the world and be part of their life, is quite a strange experience. Okay, but let me tell you a couple of things about this book. Okay, it's my friend George in Scotland who's reading this at the minute. And he said he wished he had gotten this book before he set up his coach company in the UK. So that's a flattering thing. But let me just read you a couple of bits on it, right? And it's not a business book about. I'll just tell you. Hold on. It says, let's get right down to business. Your time is precious and so is mine. This won't be a typical business book. I won't give you one or two interesting ideas and then go in for another 200 pages of fluff. I won't waste time talking about how to capture lightning in a bottle. There are plenty of snake oil salesmen who will claim to have the silver bullet of success in product development, marketing, and building the perfect business. Not me. Business is tough. If it were easy, everyone would do it, and companies would never fail. Dreams would never go up in smoke. Yet we all know business can be brutal. Chances are you or someone close to you has already run a business straight into the ground and lost their shirt or maybe even their house in the process. So why do business books always pitch the secret sauce that will make you rich and successful beyond your wildest dreams? Call me a cynic, but it's probably just to sell more books. Somehow the dozens of alluring business books that I have read, I have not seen one that tells its readers not to start their own business. So let me start by saying just that. You should not start a business. Not if you can possibly talk yourself out of it. The only exception is if you feel absolutely, irresistibly compelled to do so and can't reasonably avoid it while still feeling good about your life. Unless your bones would ache and your soul would shrivel up if you had to spend your career working for someone else, you should consider letting others take on the years of headaches that come along with running the show. Anything more than a very part-time side hustle is going to take a lot out of you. The painful truth is, if you are talented and hardworking, you can climb the ladder quickly working for a big ugly corporation. Try to talk yourself into taking the security of predictable income, the generous benefits, and the 4, 6, or 8 weeks of paid vacation. Take these and your spouse will thank you for stability. Your children will be better off for having you around, and you will be living a life far less stressful than that of the entrepreneur. Genuine talent is hard to find, and big companies will pay top dollar for your skills. And the even more painful truth is, if you're a lazy moron, then it's even more important that you don't start your own business. You simply won't last in a highly competitive world, and it will most likely put strain on you and your family. But, you know, it's just the book's a little bit different from, you know, these things that say, you know, I'll sell you a bottle of my bathwater and it'll make you a millionaire, you know, these type of books. This is a really good book because, one, my boy wrote it. Two, it's kind of a laid back, speaks proper regular people English, regular language. Anyway, so in light of that book, he's actually been paid to present the book at some business thing in Utah and do a book signing after it, so credit to you there, kid. But with that book, on the back of that and in the back of the experience that I've got, 30 plus years in transport, he's been doing transport started 10 years ago. We're kind of we're going to, sorry about the Cummins diesel flying by there. We're going to start up, we have actually started up a small business that hopefully grows into something monstrous, and it's basically to help people, like a business consultant thing where you can primarily transport, but any kind of business. If somebody wants to form it, you can form the company for them, get them the EIN number, introduce them to a bank. We can do a business plan for them that they can take to a finance place, whether it be trying to get finance for a truck or anything that you want to do. Bit of advice, I'm going to do some coaching calls. You can talk to me and I'll tell you about where to know to put your feet in the landmines and blow yourself to bits, because guess what? I've done it a lot. If my wife was here right now, she'd be slapping me in the back of the head confirming that. But if we can help people not step on those big stinking mistakes that are commonly made, you know, and he's got the law degree and he's got the business degree, and hopefully between the two of us we can help people navigate the navigate the path, keep yourself afloat. So our specialty is obviously in transportation, and you know, we'd like to be able to take somebody, especially in this market. It's not an easy market, but there's never really is an easy market. You know, equipment right now is very cheap. We're selling a tomorrow we're selling a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia and a reefer trailer for 70 grand a unit. 18 months ago, if you wanted that same thing, same age, same year, you'd been paying over 200. So right now is a good time to buy something and get into it. So, but I will tell you about the transport industry and the trucking industry right now. And if you're in it, you'll know this. If you're coming into it, you need to listen, because getting into the trucking game is like swimming with sharks. Literally, you will be chewed up, bitten very quickly. And I hear people all the time, I come across them, hey, I want to get a Peak 379 with a cat in it and pull a reefer behind it and have a flat top sleeper and run to Florida and back in a week, and that's a recipe for a disaster. Fuel economy. If you're any more than 5.5 feet tall, you can't stand up and put your pants on in a flat top sleeper. So the practicalities of that in the long term suck. The fuel economy in a cat, just all these things, that illusion doesn't exist anymore. It's gone, right? So you have to be efficient and you have to be legal. So some of the things that will bite you in your swimming with the sharks, here's some of the sharks, is your IFTA filings for your fuel tax, your UCR filings, your MCS 150, your insurance, your fuel, your finance, brokers, buying the wrong trucks, buying fuel inefficient trucks, buying a pack car engine truck, workshops taking your money very easily, the price of parts, manufacturers that have made product that is just not fit for service. In my opinion, it's the pack car, only my opinion. If you're going to get more than one truck, drivers that think that they are the super truckers that talk a good talk and just can't walk it, DOT officers that will write you a ticket for something that is incorrect. It does happen, nobody's perfect. You start hauling the reefers, you get issues with shippers, the old bait and switch thing, telling you about a load. Now that we've got internet and it's all the tracking stuff, people know where trucks are going and where the rates are, and so they'll post a ton of high paying loads in one particular area, and then everybody thinks, oh, there's great paying loads there, and they're fake. And when when you put your trucks over there, they might have a load to get shipped there, and they've got a surplus of trucks. The way the industry goes is just horrendous. You've got people wanting you to lease onto them, and they'll lease you the truck, but you have to work for them. If you fall for that, no business being. Well, yeah, but it's the way it's worded, and people want to have their own trucks and their own business, and some of these mega carriers do that program, and basically you're just giving up your benefits and taking on liability for very little profit. Cheap rates, leasing companies that will get you to sign up to lease a trailer or some piece of equipment, and if you read the contract, you're signing your life away. So basically, with all this stuff here, what we are setting up is like a little hand-holding exercise that we will form your company, your LLC, you just pick your name, get your social security number, and we'll file for your company. We'll get you an EIN tax number, then you can go get the bank account opened. We can introduce you to banks, we can make you a business plan. If you want to go into trucking, get your DOT number, your IFTA, your MC number, do your BOC 3 filings, apply for your authority, get your insurance put in place, help you with all that stuff, help with your 2290s for your tax, for your truck, heavy vehicle use tax, help you with your registrations, advice what's, depending on where you live and what state to be based in. And then the biggest thing that everybody overlooks, when you get your authority, it's only temporary, right? It's permanent so long as you do okay in your new entrance audit that you're supposed to get within the first 12 months. So Tommy's been to a few of them, and with his legal training and his knowledge of what we do, what we want to do is help people get their authority, but in addition to that is to have a monthly audit with them, so that when it comes time to get their new entrance audit, there's no panic thinking, oh, did we get that guy that's driving for us, did we get him to do a P-test before his first log shows up? Because if you didn't, you're in the crapper. That's a massive one. Have you done your course to identify somebody who may be on drugs or alcohol? And you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm only an owner operator. Guess what? Although you're only an owner operator, you still have to have taken that class on how to identify whether somebody, so that you can tell whether they're on drugs. Now you still have to do a P-test, whether you know that you've done drugs or you don't do drugs or alcohol. Because you're the owner driver, you've still got to do all that stuff. You can't have logs for a driver without having a P-test for them, or you're in deep trouble. You've got to have your DOT paperwork for your vehicles, your trailer, your trucks. You've got to have your P-test, drug and alcohol stuff. You've got to have your MVR. You've got to have done road tests with people. You've got to have references for them. You've got to get a reference for yourself. When we formed one company, I was on my own, and we formed another company, and I was told under no uncertain terms, just because you're the guy that's doing everything and you're forming another company to bring these partners on, you still have to do a P-test. You still have to I still had to send a reference to myself and have that on file. So although it sounds ludicrous, when you get the right person or the wrong person sitting across the desk from you, and some places it's a DOT officer, some it's a state trooper that does the audits. But what we want to do is get you ready for your audit so that when it comes, you're confident. And if you need to, we'll give you coaching calls all throughout that period. And if you need to have Tommy sit with you, or Tommy as it goes by, and go to the audit with you, prepare the audit, go there with you, sit there with you, and the very act of that shows that you're taking this serious. So it may sound like a lot of overkill to make sure you're getting it right, but if you get it wrong, it's not good. So that's what we want to do. That's what we think we can bring into something, because if you start trucking and you get it wrong, you make a mistake in trucking. It is not a case of, oh well. It's a case of, holy crap, how am I going to pay for that mistake? So what we're hoping to do is help it so that we're the cage round about you when you're swimming in the sea with the sharks that I just spoke about. When you're swimming in there and the sharks coming up to get you, we want to be the cage that stops them from getting you, to get you a chance, to get your footing and find yourself and build your business. And anything we can do to help that happen, we'll be happy to do it. But back to this book. This is a fantastic book. I've read it. I've mentioned in it a wee bit. And it's great to be acknowledged by your kid. And it's on Amazon if you want to get it. It's a great book. If you're going to think about doing anything, do that. There's so many benefits to being an owner-operator, having your own truck. The biggest one is you're in control of your time. So if you're thinking of going into business, I wouldn't go work for anybody else ever again. I've got too used to being in charge of my own life. Nobody's telling me, hey, you ain't having time off. I can't give you next weekend off. What do you mean it's your wife's birthday? What do you mean it's your anniversary? What do you mean your kid's doing something? No, you've still got to work, and especially in trucking, because you could be away from home and you're trying to get back and feel the pressure for the 2 weeks because it's leading up to something. Get your own company, get your own truck, and go do your own thing and be in control of your time. And if you're a decent human being and you work hard, there's no reason why you can't make it happen. So, but anyway, grab the book, on Amazon. thanks for watching. I hope that we can do some business with some of you. So talk to you later. Bye.